Muslims.
Okay.
What do you think my
Do you think
answer
they can coexist?
Do you think I can coexist with
I
them?
think you can coexist.
Why me?
Educated, you're a worker, you're now a capitalist, you're contributing, you're creating jobs. I would say you're net positive.
Do you not think most Muslims do that?
I don't think depending on where they're coming from, they don't, because if their countries did a good job, why would they leave it?
War that we caused?
War that who caused?
That we caused.
All right, guys, look at the screen. We are jumping straight into a massive heavyweight clash today. Mehdi Hasan and patrickbetdavid are going head-to-head here. It starts with the UK economy, but quickly detonates into a fierce debate over immigration, Western foreign policy, and raw history. PBD tries to push standard talking points, but Mehdi completely dismantles him with actual receipts. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because I'll be breaking this down and giving you my full thoughts at the end of the clip. I'm James Whitmore, and you're watching the Whitmore Brief. Let's get right into the tape.
So, Rob, can you go back to that story, that New York Times, if you search the two different words of George Floyd versus what happened with Novak, you just had it up right now a minute ago.
Oh, come on. You're going to do this?
No,
the media is
fine.
The media is...
But wait a minute. Wait, this is New York Times. Go to the first one.
I'm not a fan of the news.
You type in Henry Nowak. How many names? Results, 19. Go to the next one, Rob. George Floyd, 6397. There is no incentive to tell this story because it doesn't go with the narrative.
So I disagree with you. I grew up in the UK. Right-wing media has been telling these stories all my life. All my life, all I've seen is black people and Muslim people on the front pages. Have you looked at the front page of the Daily Mail, the Daily Express? What do you mean the UK is being destroyed?
You think UK is doing good?
Yeah, I mean, no, but not for the reasons you think.
Why do you think why do you think UK is not doing good?
I think economically it's doing very badly. It had very bad leadership for the last 15 years. The Conservative government that came in 2010 did an austerity program after the financial crisis.
You put it on Cameron. Cameron is
David Cameron and George Osborne
Yep.
did an austerity program that basically gutted the British state, gutted our competitiveness, didn't cut the deficits, actually ruined our fiscal credibility, downgraded our credit rating, destroyed our growth over the course of a decade, undermined our health service.
Do you put anything tied to immigration to that?
No.
None.
Immigration's been a boost for the British economy. In fact, cutting immigration is bad. Look at Brexit. Brexit's been a disaster for the British economy. Do you know how many people in Britain want to rejoin the EU? A majority. Pull that up. The majority of Britons want to go back into the EU. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is, Patrick? Why do you think Britons want to go back into the EU? You just said Britain's being destroyed.
No, but have you looked at the crime numbers? What's going on in UK?
Crime is very low.
Have you looked at
crime is very low, Patrick?
So let me ask you.
Do you know what the crime rate in London is?
Did you see the tweet that came out
I know you're not a fan of Sadiq Khan. You're not a fan of my good friend Sadiq Khan, are you?
What EU did, you saw the tweet that came out, what EU was saying they're doing, that they want to find a way to get rid of illegal immigrants?
Okay, you're jumping around, Patrick. Britain is not in the EU. We're talking about Britain. You just said Britain's being destroyed, which is nonsense. And then you said crime rate. Have you looked at the London crime rates? Last year, London had its lowest per capita murder rate since records began, had the lowest volume of homicides for 30 years under Sadiq Khan, third-term mayor, who people in America, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, get very worked up about. I don't know if you guys get worked up about him. Been a very successful mayor, and crime has come down by record numbers. Violent crime and murder.
When you're looking at EU, do you know which country in EU has the lowest rape rate?
We're talking about the UK, Patrick.
Stay with UK. Stay with UK.
The UK is not in the EU anymore, sadly.
EU, to me, I'll put them somewhat together in the same area.
They left 10 years ago.
By the way, so you're saying immigration coming from all these countries has been a successful project for the EU?
What's your definition of success?
Many different ways.
Economically, the EU desperately needs migrants. Have you seen the age rate? Pull up the demographics.
Okay, so
it's a dying continent with a very low birth rate, as Elon Musk likes to point out.
So when you think
they got no one there to work, to pay taxes, to look after the elderly, to run their health services.
So maybe the one argument I'll go to see what you'll say about this. Do you think the West, when it comes down to West, Muslims can coexist with the West?
Took a handbrake.
I'm curious.
We went from Britain's being destroyed to London crime to EU to Muslims.
I'm curious.
Okay, we got to Muslims.
Tell me where you are with this. Do you think they can
I'm Muslims.
Okay.
What do you think
Do you think they can coexist?
Do you think I can coexist with them?
I think you can coexist.
Why me?
Educated, you're a worker, you're now a capitalist, you're contributing, you're creating jobs. I would say you're net positive.
Do you not think most Muslims do that?
I don't think depending on where they're coming from, they don't, because if their countries did a good job, why would they leave it?
War that we caused?
War that who caused?
That we caused.
So they're leaving because of us.
Well, you know the big controversy in the UK over the boats, the small boats coming across the channel. Do you know what the top 3 nationalities are in those boats?
Tell me.
Iran, number 1.
Okay.
Afghanistan, number 2. Iraq, number 3. Now, Iran is a current war. Let's park Iran. But are you telling me we're not responsible for the mess in Afghanistan and Iraq? Come on.
When you look at this, let me show you this. Rob, can you pull this up? When it comes down to, let me see which one I got here.
I love Rob bringing up these.
No,
I love he brings this up.
I know you like numbers.
No, I love it. I love being proved right as well. It's
per capita.
Good for my ego.
No. Per capita. Per capita. When you look at the countries, Rob, I think you got it. Gulf states, how they perform per capita versus some of the other Muslim nations.
Okay.
Look at this one here.
Because they got oil and gas.
You think it's only oil and gas that's causing them? You don't think?
Did you know what these countries were like in the 60s and 70s?
Iran has plenty of oil.
Yeah.
How come they're not in here?
Maybe
Iraq has got oil.
Can I answer your question?
But this has been going on for a minute. This is not a one-year thing.
Can I answer your question?
Sure.
Why do you think Iran's not doing well economically? Should I go through the list?
You're going to say it's sanctions. You're going to say it's
because I'm going to say
America.
sanctions.
You're going to say it's America's fault.
Not just America's fault.
So how come?
But partly. Hold on. How much? Okay, you left Iran during the Iran-Iraq war, right? Is that
I left Iran after Khomeini died. 6 weeks after Khomeini died.
Okay, so Iran-Iraq was done by then. So
Iran-Iraq was 15th, 89.
So Iran-Iraq was done. Iran-Iraq was 1980 to 1988.
Yes.
$600 billion of damage done to Iranian infrastructure, the economy, the cost of that war.
But
that was a war that Saddam Hussein.
Oh, you put it on Saddam.
Whose fault do you think it is? Who invaded who?
So, by the way,
hold on, Patrick. Come on.
You don't at all put that on IRGC?
No, I put it on the
You don't put it on Islamic Revolutionary Guard?
I put it on the country that invades the other country. That's how the world works. I blame Russia for the Ukraine war.
Why
they
do
invaded
they have a hard
Ukraine.
time getting along with other people?
Why did Saddam Hussein? Are you pro-Saddam?
No. Why does Iran have a hard time getting along with other people?
That was when I said. I said there was an Iran-Iraq war. You said, is America to blame? I said, yes, we backed Saddam Hussein. Did we not back Saddam Hussein? Did Donald Rumsfeld not fly and hug? You can pick up Rob can bring up a video of Donald Rumsfeld hugging Saddam Hussein in 1983 in Baghdad. Were we not supporting the Iraqi invasion of Iran that cost Iran 1 million lives? $600 billion of infrastructure damage. You're saying that didn't play any role in Iran's economic future.
Why don't they?
You're not answering my question.
No, but you don't understand what I'm saying.
No,
but Mehdi, let me ask you.
You want me to acknowledge that?
No, but look, let's give credit to, for instance, when Mamdani goes to the White House, you and I both gave credit to both of them for being diplomatic.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think Iranian leadership with the IRGC is diplomatic?
No. They've been horrific in their leadership. I think they've given themselves, they've given their opponents a stick with which to beat them. I was a big critic of Ahmadinejad back in the day. He said dumb things.
So do you think Khomeini was good for Iran?
Do I think Khomeini was good for Iran?
Do you think Khomeini was good for Iran?
No, in hindsight, of course not. If you look at the record
so
today,
then we're on the same page. What I'm trying to do is,
I've said this before. I went on Piers Morgan's show. Just to be clear, for people who don't know, I'm Shia. Right? I'm a Shia Muslim.
I know you're Shia.
Which is the majority religion in Iran.
Sure.
Right? So but there are two types of Shias. This is a very crude, I'm trying to explain to your audience. Religiously, theologically, politically, there's two types of Shias. There are those who believe in what's called Vilayat Faqih, WF. They believe that Khomeini, this was a political theory, some say a religious theory, pushed by Ayatollah Khomeini, that said that the clerics, the ayatollahs, the mullahs, whatever you want to call them, they should rule. Power should be with them. That is the model that Iran has followed. There is another school of thought that comes out of Iraq, mainly out of a city called Najaf, and an Ayatollah called Sistani, who is the leading Shia Ayatollah in Iraq today. And they say, no, we are all for religion. We're all, we want everyone to practice Islam, Shia Islam, but we're not going to rule. After the Americans toppled Saddam, Ayatollah Sistani did not do a Khomeini. He did not say, I'm going to become supreme leader of Iraq. He said, have elections, democracy, vote. I'm going to stay in my house and I'm going to give you advice, religious advice when you need it. I follow the Ayatollah Sistani view of the world, crudely put. Sure. I don't follow the Ayatollah Khomeini view of the world. So when you say to me, was he good for Iran? As a governmental system, no, I don't support the governing system of Iran the way it is.
Wow. Okay, let's just pause right there and take a breath. Because what you just watched was an absolute masterclass. What we just witnessed is the exact difference between coming to a debate with a list of rehearsed talking points and coming to a debate with an actual grasp of history. Throughout this entire clip, Patrick Bet-David tries to run the classic playbook. He pulls up a GDP chart, points to the Gulf states, points to Iran, and basically implies, look, they're failing because of their culture or their religion. He's looking for that simple soundbite victory. He completely expects Mehdi to fall into the trap of either defending a tyrannical regime or agreeing with a blanket anti-immigrant narrative. But Mehdi doesn't take the bait. Instead, he completely flips the board. He brings up the 1980s. He reminds everyone in that room that the West actively funded and hugged the dictator Saddam Hussein, who launched a war that cost Iran 1 million lives and $600 billion in infrastructure. You cannot drop bombs on a region choke its economy for decades, arm its invaders, and then point at a chart and act shocked when its people end up in small boats crossing the English Channel. And then we get to my favorite part of this entire exchange. The moment that truly left PBD speechless. Patrick tries one last time to corner him on the Iranian government. He wants that gotcha moment. And Mehdi just looks at him and says, no, their leadership is horrific. Boom, right there. That is the power of holding two truths at the exact same time. You do not have to defend a corrupt, hardline government to point out the destructive reality of Western imperialism. Mehdi even breaks down the theology for him in real time, explaining that there's an entirely different school of thought in Iraq under Ayatollah Sistani that believes religion and government should stay completely separate. He didn't just argue with him, he educated him. Listen, this is why we do this show. We have to stop accepting these surface level, 3-0 second gotcha arguments that completely ignore decades of context. History matters. Nuance matters. Receipts matter. I want to know what you guys think. Did Mehdi win this as decisively as I think he did? Did PBD even stand a chance once the history books came out? Let's get into it down in the comments. If you appreciated this breakdown, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We are cutting through the noise and doing deep dives like this every single week. I'm James Whitmore. Thank you for watching the Whitmore Brief, and I'll catch you in the next one.